Hi, this is Tom, and in this video we're going to look at one other way to find the coefficient of determination, or r squared. So here's what we're going to do. Let's find r. Do you remember that from, it's been a while, but find r, and we said that's the correlation coefficient. So remember when we did that, we made a table of x and y and xy and x squared and y squared. And then we had our data set, and I'll refresh us. It's 1, 1, it's 2, 2, and finally we had 3, 2. And let's see, so we're going to run through this calculation. So we have 1, 1. So that's a product of 1. X squared is 1, y squared is 1. Now our next one was 2, 2, so that was 4, 4, 4. And our last point is 3, 2, which is 6, 9, and 4. I know we're kind of going a little quick, but we've done this before, but it's always a good refresher. If I sum each of my columns, I get a 6, 5, 11. This is a 14 and a 9. So here we go. Let's find r. So r was this big formula. R said you take the number of data, that's 3, times the product of the data, that's the sum of the products, 11, minus you take the sum of the x's times the sum of the y's. And you divide it by, you get this big square root. Big square root. We take n, which was 3, times the sum of the x's squared, which is 14. Minus, and we take the sum of the x's, which is 6, and we squared that. And then we do the exact same pattern for the y's. So we have 3 data values. The sum of the y's squared is 9, minus the sum of the y's, which is 5, squared. So let's simplify this. So this is going to give me 33 minus 30 over, I'm going to take the square root of, I have 42 minus 36. I'll write that out. That's 42 minus 36 times, I have a 27 minus a 25. Let's keep going. This is going to be a 3 divided by the square root. 42 minus 36 is 6. 27 minus 25 is 2. And so this gives me 3 divided by the square root of 12. Now, let's go back and look at this. The name of the coefficient of determination is r squared. So my question is it really that simple? That if I had r, I could find r squared, or I could find the coefficient of determination by just squaring r? Well, let's check. So if I take the value of r, and we're going to square it. So that means we're going to take 3 over the square root of 12, and we're going to square it. Well, that means that what you do is you write it 3 over the square root of 12 times 3 over square root of 12. Well, let's do this. This is 3 times 3, that's 9. Well, the square root of 12 times the square root of 12, what happens is the square root goes away and we have a 12. Well, notice that 9 is 3 times 3 and 12 is 3 times 4. That's just 3/4. But wait a minute. That 3/4 is 0.75, which is 75%. And if we look up above, let's see, do we have a match? And there it is. Bingo. We got a match. And there it is. You can find the coefficient of determination at the beginning of all of these problems by very quickly squaring your correlation coefficient r. And that is how we find it. I don't even have a better closing for you than that today. But thanks for watching, and I hope that helps.